Nothing like this has ever happened.
Troublesome is an understatement. These wildfires in Colorado are unprecedented.
Where those low potential events seem to be happening with high frequency.
The East Troublesome Fire threatening the town of Granby and homes near Grand Lake.
Hope for the best and, pray for the people you care about.
Tonight, thousands evacuated wondering if they'll have a home to go back to.
It's really stressful.
Fire on precious property grows more than 150,000 acres in less than 24 hours, and it's not done yet.
We're not out of the woods by any means.
Tonight, the main mission in Grant County at the East Troublesome Fire is to protect homes at Grand Lake. Protection crews are working near the marina and up and down Highway 34, and they say that has really been the problem spot today. This fire is around 170,000 acres, making it now the second largest wildfire in Colorado's history, growing more than 150,000 acres in less than 24 hours. And tonight, we're focusing on the two largest fires in our state, the East Troublesome Fire, now the second largest on record, the Cameron Peak Fire. These fires are close, and there's the possibility the two could merge. You can see Estes Park is sandwiched right between the two fires. Now, the best news of all tonight, crews say the fire is not actively burning down toward Estes Park. However, both fires have already burned into parts of Rocky Mountain National Park, which remains closed tonight. Now, we have live team coverage for you. Denver 7's Lance Hernandez and Gary Brode, both in Grand County, tracking the movement of this fire, talking to those evacuated. We also have Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson tracking winds and incoming moisture. First, I want to send it out to my co-anchor Shannon Ogden live in Granby. Shannon, this is unlike anything we've seen.
Unlike anything we've seen. Good evening, Ann. Good evening, everybody, from Granby. Scary place to be tonight. The East Troublesome Fire raging just 5 miles north of here. I want to zoom in here because the smoke behind me really is volcanic. But every once in a while you get these peaks, a glimpse.
Whole towns evacuated as the East Troublesome Fire explodes.
This is the worst of the worst of the worst.
Now it could merge with the largest fire in state history.
It just made a run.
Tonight, the frantic escape.
Being evacuated into a pandemic is terrifying.
How crews are battling a disaster that is years in the making.
We've been anticipating something like this.
Another day of remarkable growth by the East Troublesome Fire sends people fleeing from two mountain towns.
The fire is now the second largest fire in state history at 170,000 acres, growing another 50,000 acres today. Cast an eerie glow over Estes Park as those residents evacuated. This was this afternoon. Gridlocked traffic at points with so many vehicles and only a few major roadways to get out. Video from Loveland Fire Rescue Authority shows the scene as crews rushed in to help out. This was taken around 2:30 this afternoon on Highway 34 heading into Estes Park.
Those terrifying skies are just one sign of really how dangerous this fire is. Take a look at this security cam video from a home in Grand Lake. You can see the embers blowing in before flames take over the area. Big concern right now is the possibility the state's two biggest fires ever, the East Lonesome and the Cameron Peak, will actually merge. Tonight, they're an estimated 10 miles apart.
We do have team coverage for you. Jeff Todd looking into why this is happening. Alan Janae with an update on the state's firefighting resources. Dylan Thomas catching up with evacuees who have fled to the Front Range. But we start with Jamie Leary. And Jamie, you've been in Granby all day today. People getting out are really concerned, of course, about what they're leaving behind.
And while the winds have died down, right now we are seeing to the west of us flames just above the town of Granby. The sheriff says right now they're...
It looks like doomsday, like the end of the world.
A devastating fire roars up and over the Continental Divide, bearing down on Estes Park.
It's hard to be strong right now. Right now, I just feel scared.
The East Troublesome Fire has grown by more than 200 square miles in less than 2 days. A change in weather may help, though the wind will keep pushing it.
This is absolutely the most intense fire behavior I've seen.
Thousands of Coloradans are forced to leave home. Some in Grand County don't know if their houses are still standing.
Can I give you a hug?
Neighbors comfort neighbors as the fire continues to burn out of control.
Views from around northern Colorado today looked otherworldly. Diana Vanderplug shared this view from Estes Park today, which really looked more like Mars. Heavy smoke blotted out the sun, and the fire gave an eerie red glow. The East troublesome fire just keeps growing at this point. Time-lapse video showed smoke billowing from the fire today. Just yesterday, that fire was 19,000 acres. Tonight, it's 170,000 acres. That's more than 265 square miles. Fire managers say the fire is not actively moving towards Estes Park like what we saw throughout the daytime hours. That explosive growth led to mass evacuations out of Estes Park today. Escaping the town took hours for some people. Chris and Gary Hazelton got stuck in the long line of traffic. The trip from Estes Park to Windsor took 3.5 hours.
Estes Park emptied out, firefighters raced in. Take a look at those dark skies. This was 2:30 in the afternoon as Loveland Fire Rescue was driving up to Estes. We have crews on both sides of the divide tonight. Casey Nolan's been in Estes Park all day as people were rushing to get out of town.
Kyle, the Stanley Hotel is part of the story tonight. It evacuated today. Tonight it is packed, not vacationers, but firefighters in from hours away to help fight this fire. When the chief here in Estes Park saw the sky over Estes today, he put out the call for help. That call had to go out farther than it usually does. A lot of departments that they usually depend.
Live from Denver, this is Fox 31 News. We're on it.
I'm overwhelmed and I'm just emotional. I'm scared. I'm terrified.
Wildfires exploding in Colorado as one of the fastest growing wildfires in state history blows through Rocky Mountain National Park and surrounding towns. Tonight, the Fox 31 team with evacuees as they rush to safety as we get exclusive access to the firefighters inside the evacuation zone.
Sabrina's family said this is very unlike her. She would not just disappear. She would not just take the kids away without any contact.
An Amber Alert issued, an Aurora family missing tonight. Police telling us they're very concerned about their well-being.
And we start with that breaking news as we get new video showing the scope of that fire burning tonight and also showing that terrifying drive we keep hearing about right out of Estes Park as the entire town was evacuated this afternoon.
Yeah, the East troublesome fire started growing very rapidly yesterday and already covers more than 170,000 acres. At least 5 people are unaccounted for tonight. Our team spread out all across the front lines tonight, but let's go out to Fox 31 anchor Jeremy Hubbard first.
Yeah, Kagan, whipping winds still a major problem here on the west edge of Granby tonight. We've seen flames leaping up from mountain ridges just a few miles outside of town here, capping off a chaotic day here in the high country as thousands of people grabbed what they could, got in their cars, and fled the flames as quickly as they could. We're also learning tonight Governor Polis plans to visit this part of the state today.